Now, everybody who's watching, let's get RBT to 500,000 subscribers by Christmas. He's the best Madden scientist there is. I subscribe to him, and if you don't subscribe to, your favorite team is going to lose to the I'm not saying that team.
So let's take a really quick look at all the NFC divisions. NFC North, the Packers lead at 9-3 on the year. Vikings behind them at 8-4, and the Bears at 7-6. Then we have the NFC South, Saints running away with this and already clinched the division at 10-2 on the year. NFC West, Seahawks and 49ers both 10-2 on the year. And Rams even having a decent year at 7-5. And then you have the NFC East, dog. What is this, dude? What the heck is this? The Cowboys looking to make a playoff spot even when they have more losses than wins on the year. It's very freaking probable that somebody from the NFC East wins the division and makes it to the playoffs with a record like 7-9 or so. How freaking embarrassing is that? Poor freaking Jerry Jones is about to have a stroke watching the Cowboys play. Once again, yesterday crapped the bed on national television against the Chicago Bears, but they still lead the division at 6-7, and this division is just unlike any other in the league. It's an absolute crapshoot. Every team in this division is average and below average, and it's safe to say that whoever does make it out of this division into the playoffs is going to get blown out in the first round. But man, the NFC East, the state of this division, it's almost in as bad of a state as me. And you might be wondering, RBT, why are you covering your face with a blanket? That's because I went and did an absolute madness. Go ahead, roast me. You go ahead and freaking roast me, dude. I feel like I look 4. And I feel like I look like a naked goddamn mole rat, dude. But in as bad of a state that my face is in, that can't stop us from performing a little Madden science. As you never can be too ugly to perform a Madden scientific experiment. As today, my dudes, as requested by you guys, what we're gonna do is combine the entire NFC East, easily the worst division in all the NFL currently, combine the entire division into one super mega team, taking the best players from each team in this division, combining them into one, and seeing of Jason Garrett and the Cowboys, who is gonna be the team representing the NFC East, because they are the team, somehow, someway, that are the top of the division. But we're gonna see if a team compiled of the best players from the entire division could go out and win the Super Bowl. So hopefully you guys are excited for today's Madden Scientific video. And if you are, make sure to smash that like button, and please drop a like if you haven't, to help me feel a little bit better and boost my ego after it took a huge downfall after looking at myself in the mirror after making the worst decision of my life. But guys, also make sure to subscribe if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. Extremely important that you do subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because we do hit 500k subscribers by Christmas. My Christmas giveaway gonna be absolutely mental. Gonna be giving away 4 Xbox One X's and 4 PS4 Pros, and that's if and only if we do hit 500k by Christmas. So make sure to take that millisecond that it does take to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Also extremely important that you do have on notifications, because every upload from now until December 25th for my 25 days of Christmas on the channel will contain Xbox, PS4, and Amazon codes all throughout the video. And all you have to do is have on notifications to be one of the first people to watch the video, so you can have a chance to win those codes. So every single upload, even this one, even if I double upload today, triple upload today, every single upload until Christmas will contain codes. So it's very important that you do have notifications so you have a chance to win some free stuff. With that said, my dudes, first bit of business, time to go over today's NFC East Mega Super Team, whatever I want to call it, the title, I don't know. 89 overall across the board, 92 overall offense, 87 overall defense. I mean, you think about it, each NFL team contains 54 players, so you take a pool of 54 players, times it by 4, and take the best of those players onto one team, they're going to eventually be pretty good. I mean, out of like 200 combined professional NFL athletes, you can find a pretty good starting 22 players. Most important part, looking at this depth chart and looking at the best of the best in terms of the NFC East. Now guys, keep in mind, I made this decision based on Madden, the Madden rating. So like, for example, the reason Carson Wentz isn't starting above Dak Prescott is because Madden 20 has Dak Prescott listed as a higher overall than Carson Wentz. So don't scream at me and don't cry at me in the comment section below. Quit being a pussy and go whine to EA Sports and not the young lad, the young gentleman just trying to conduct some science. Now starting quarterback is going to be Dak Prescott at an 83 overall, with Carson Wentz behind him at an 82. Now the running back position, Ezekiel Elliott is going to be the starter at a 92 overall, with Saquon behind him at an 89 and Darius Geis behind him as well at an 80 overall. Like, that's an insane running back trio. Zeke and Saquon 1-2 punch, disgusting. Darius Geis good as well. Now, the wide receiver position, dude, this is insane. Amari Cooper leading the pack at a 90 overall. Alshon Jeffrey at the 2, 85. You have Golden Tate at an 84 overall. Sterling Shepard at an 82. Michael Gallup at an 81. And Terry McLaurin at a 79. Players like Randall Cobb. And you have a bunch of others. Deshaun Jackson didn't even make this final list. So if Dak Prescott can't have a successful year throwing the football to this group of young lads, he should not be the starter. But next, moving on to tight end, which I think is like the best positional unit on the entire team. Look at this talent at the tight end position. You have Zach Ertz, you have Evan Ingram, and Jordan Reed, all the tight end position. And what the heck is that X Factor ability, bro? Protective custody. Dude, I feel like I'm in the middle of a divorce. So interesting enough. Moving on to the O-line. And now I said that about the tight ends. The O-line, I think, actually is easily the best positional unit on the entire team. At left tackle, we have Trent Williams at an 83 overall. You have Lyle Collins and Lane Johnson backing him up. At left guard, we have Zach Martin at a 97 overall. Will Hernandez backing him up as well. At this center position, we have Jason Kelsey. Imagine having Travis Frederick as your backup center. At right guard, we have Brandon Brooks, behind him Connor Williams and Connor McGovern. And at the right tackle position, we do have Tyron Smith at a 91 overall with Lane Johnson behind him. Now moving along to the defense of all four teams, the Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, and Redskins combined into one. What type of defense can this team put out there for starting 11? On the D-line, the left end, I have DeMarcus Lawrence at a 90, with Matthew Ioannidis behind him at 83, and then Jonathan Allen at 81. At the D-tackle position, we have Fletcher Cox at a 95, an absolute monster. Deron Payne at an 83, and Dalvin Tomlinson behind him at an 81. On the right side, we have Leonard Williams at an 82, Matthew Ioannidis once again at 83, and Jonathan Allen at an 81. So that D-line, disgusting. And the linebacker core is probably the weakest part of the team in terms of Madden overalls. Ryan Kerrigan on the left side at 85 overall, Sean Lee and Montez Sweat behind him. Middle linebacker position, we have Jalen Smith at an 82 and Nigel Bradham behind him at a 77 overall. On the right side, we have Leighton Vander Esch at an 84 overall with Montez Sweat behind him. Now moving on to this team's secondary. At the cornerback position, we have Byron Jones, Chidobe Awuzie, Ronald Darby, Sidney Jones, and Anthony Brown. So a very sick cornerback core. 5 extremely solid cornerbacks. At the free safety position, we do have Landon Collins starting at an 82 overall. Xavier Woods behind him at a 78. Strong safety, the veteran Mr. Malcolm Jenkins at an 86 overall. Starting kicker today is going to be Aldrick Rosas from, I believe, the Giants at an 81 overall. And in the punter position, Chris Jones. Kick and the punt returner for today's team is going to be Golden Tate at an 89 overall kick returner and an 87 overall punt returner. So my dudes, let's see how this team is going to do. I mean, in terms of their overall, I do think they are the highest overall team in the entire game. So if it was like all based on overall, they should be able to make the playoffs. But hilarious enough, how funny would it be if the Cowboys in real life make the playoffs at like 7-9 with their current team, but in this Madden simulation, we combine the rest of the teams in the division into one and they don't make the playoffs in that instance? How funny would that be? But guys, I want you to let me know in the comment section below how you think this team, the NFC East combined into one team, would do in a Madden season or in a real regular season. What's your record prediction in the comment section below? Let me know. Let's see who can get the closest. I'm going to say my prediction, 12-4. So it does look like we did get a first round bye, which is pretty promising for this team. Now we can upgrade players. Let's see who all got upgrades this year. Montez Sweat with a ton of upgrades, Landon Collins, Zeke, Amari Cooper, DeMarcus Lawrence. So a ton of players improved throughout this season. The team's even going to get better heading into the playoffs. So if we do upgrade all of our players, 43 players were upgraded. Our overall is up to a 90 overall, so we did get a little bit of a boost. We're now a 90 overall, 92 offense, 89 defense. If we look at the entire team, who got the biggest boost from the entire season? Zach Martin up to a 99. That O-line is absolutely disgusting. Dak all the way up to an 88 overall. Zeke up to a 96. Saquon up to a 92. Amari Cooper all the way up to a 94. And you have Alshon Jeffrey up to an 88. On the defensive side of things, we got the biggest upgrade here. Jalen Smith up to 85. Leighton Vander Esch up to an 87. Jenkins up to an 89. Landon Collins up to an 87. D-line's disgusting, dude. Fletcher Cox up to a 98. DeMarcus Lawrence up to a 94. Byron Jones up to a 91. So this team, they honestly, judging by how much they improved throughout the season, might have gone 16-0. So the moment of truth, they went 15-1. They dropped one game on the entire season, and we are going to see who they did lose to. Now, keep in mind as well, we're going to look at the statistics of this entire team and then look at the other teams in the division, because you got to keep in mind, like in real life, as you guys have seen, the Redskins, Giants, and Eagles not having the greatest of seasons, and if you take their best players away from them, they're going to be obviously much worse. And that might be also a big reason why we went 15-1, because we had to play 6 games against the other 3 teams in our division, so that kind of might have boosted our record, but we still had to beat some other good teams as well. Now, I do want to go out and check the rest of the NFL standings across the board. Obviously, we did have the best record in the league. So how the heck is the Browns ahead of the Seahawks when they have 2 less wins on the year? I guess Madden doesn't follow the simple laws of mathematics. Panthers also 12-4 on the year. Texans good year. Bills good year. Ravens good year. Saints make the playoffs. Chiefs and Patriots also make the playoffs. Packers and Vikings squeak their way in there. Maybe the NFC North in this simulation is the NFC East of real life. And the worst record in the league this time around goes to the Cardinals at 3-13 on the year. Dolphins somehow managed 5 wins. That's another funny thing. The Redskins and Giants got more wins, or as many wins as the Raiders, Falcons, Dolphins, Titans, and Cardinals. Although in real life they're doing awful and they lost all their best players. So once again, Madden is a great simulation game. Now moving on to the schedule, I do want to see who our lone loss was to. It can't be one of the teams in our division. And it is going to be, we started the season off in fantastic fashion. We lost to the Lions. 30-27. So at least it wasn't one of the teams in our division that lost their best players. Now, statistics, do we have anybody win the MVP? So, we did come in first place in terms of offensive yardage. I think when it doesn't say anything there, that means we had the best defense, which makes sense. We are 4 teams combined into one. The MVP ends up going to Josh Allen. So no Cowboys. Looks like they're in the top 7. Andrew Luck apparently came out of retirement and signed with the Broncos. He came in second, as it looks like we did not have anybody come in the top 10. Now, in terms of our team and our statistics, Dak with an incredible year. Only sacked 19 times, which is incredible. 3,500 yards, 35 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. I am surprised, though, that he didn't throw for more than 4,000 yards with that wide receiver core and that O-line. Running the football, Zeke with an insane year. Oh my god, dude. So he had almost 18 yards and 10 touchdowns, but Saquon, as the backup running back, almost had 1,000 yards on the year with 21 rushing touchdowns, which is mental. Looks like nobody really went off this year. Alshon led the team in terms of receiving yards. Amari Cooper behind him. Looks like Amari Cooper, Zach Ertz, and Evan Ingram all had 7 touchdowns receiving on the year. Now, defensively on the year, Landon Collins led the team with only 89 total tackles. In terms of sacks, DeMarcus Lawrence, Fletcher Cox, both with over 10 sacks. That said, my dudes, let's see if the NFC East mega team can actually go out and win the Super Bowl. How pathetic would it be if they don't? If 4 teams combined into one don't win the Super Bowl. We do have some players that can be upgraded. Michael Gallup, we'll go ahead and upgrade him. We have to take on the Green Bay Packers in the divisional round. We do have home field advantage. And keep in mind, I already mentioned that the Green Bay Packers in the NFC North. The NFC North is basically in this simulation what the NFC East is like in real life. And so if we lose this game, that is going to be hilarious. And Jason Garrett for sure is going to get fired. We do get a very, very slim win, 31-28. We have to beat Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Have a few more players that can be upgraded. We need as much help as we possibly can. Are we going to be knocked out in the NFC Championship game? Can we beat the Panthers? And we do big time, 42-21. And with that said, my dude, Super Bowl 54, can the NFC East get it done? Final upgrades of today's video, some big ones: Evan Ingram, Leighton Vander Esch, and Jalen Smith. Can the NFC East go out, finish this season, win a Super Bowl against a very talented Houston Texans team that win 11-1 on the year? Moment of truth, the Battle of Texas, and wow, a huge win, 35-3. Now, with that said, my dudes, yes, the NFC East might be pretty trash in real life, but if you combine them all into one team, they're pretty good. And at this point in time, might be the only thing that can save Jason Garrett's job.